There are people right now talking about. Okay, so we're gonna share. Hi, everybody.
Hey, how's it going?
So this is my buddy Jesus. We've got about 4 minutes before we 4 minutes before we actually start. But just leading up to pushing the start button, I want you to tell a little bit about yourself. But I want to say that I am so excited. This is such a huge need. I knew it already, but since I've met you,
Sure.
I'm hearing about so many avenues. So introduce yourself.
Great.
And talk about that a little bit.
So my name is Jesus Mendoza. I've been with Jenny King now for about 1.5 years. Previously, I was at Lone Star Park, Chickasaw Nation. So I've always been in some kind of marketing and so forth. But my wife and I own a beauty salon. We've been in business for 12 years now. So there's always a need, and we've always seen that there's so many products out there. For some reason, the Hispanic community has always been behind about 10 years in the trend. So I feel like I have an opportunity and an obligation to show people it's a great product and a great opportunity for them. So
you've only been involved for like a week and a half?
8 days now.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So first of all, congratulations. So one thing I want to say before we dive in, one thing that gets said to me a lot is, Kim, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know that many people. And to me, you are the perfect example of how that does not matter. And what I mean by that is I have a client who was moving away, and so she wanted to buy product, sign up so that she could get it delivered to her because she was used to being able to pick it up at the salon.
Right.
So she had a friend. She's like, before I leave, I'm wanting to see my friends anyway. If you want me to gather a few people, I will, and they can come to the house and you can talk about Zilis. I'm like, sure. It's supposed to be like 3 people. I get there, there's like 12, first of all, which is the opposite of the way things normally are. We just had a great turnout to your meeting. But anyway, there was a lady there that signed up, and her husband, who's Steve, signed up. So that now you're at 3rd generation. Steve's son-in-law, Andrew, is your buddy and business partner,
That's
right?
Correct.
And so I would have never met you. I did not know you, even though you have a salon and I have a salon, a lot of common things. I walked in here tonight to your presentation, and 2 of my son's very best friends were here. So the world's about this big,
That's right?
But just, it's so exciting since I've met you to find out what a need we have. All day long, people are like, what time is your Zoom? And is he going to be talking in Spanish? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to dive in and start the presentation.
Okay.
I'm going to say my thing in good old English, and then I'm going to let you say it in Spanish.
Great.
Feel free to jump in, ad lib.
Right.
Do your thing. I think everybody's very excited to hear you do that.
I appreciate the opportunity. Look forward to it.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go, everybody. We're going to share. We're going to share the desktop. And we're going to share here. All right, everybody. Hope you can see that. And so we're going to jump right in. So first of all, this company was founded, Zilis is the way it's pronounced. And it was founded in 2015 and by Stephen and Angie Thompson. And my favorite thing to talk about with Stephen is what a mentor that he's come. I actually had bumped into Stephen through some nonprofit that we both served on, Children's Advocacy of Denton County, huge nonprofit that does great things. So we just kept missing each other with several things, but I love his leadership. I love that he knew you don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to speak. He's helped me to speak. I didn't know and understand much about the product. He helped me to do that. So just a great leader. And he's been through all different aspects of this company and of this business. And he's been ambassadors like us, so he gets it and he understands. And so in 2017, actually is when CBD started. In the very fall of 2017, CBD became part of Zilis, and it just started its explosion.
Right. So esta compañía se fundó en el 2015. Steven y Angie Thompson son los fundadores. Conocieron a Kim haciendo trabajo sin recursos para ayudar a las personas en el futuro. So, en el 2017, esa CBD ya se fue autorizada en el estado de Texas para poder vender y informar a la gente de lo que es CBD.
Okay. So the science behind CBD, why CBD? What's it do for us? How did this all come about? Where did it come from? Well, it's been around like 100 years. Back in the day, it was not illegal. Somewhere back, I can't even remember the year, they started looking at it and said, let's put CBD in the same category as marijuana, and that's why it quit being available. And so only recently did they discover the endocannabinoid system and understand the difference between marijuana and CBD. CBD is not marijuana. It will not get you high, and it is legal.
Right.
Right? And so the endocannabinoid system runs through all our bodies. Anything that has a spine has an endocannabinoid system. And if you look there and you see the 10 different systems that are a part of the endocannabinoid system, you can understand why it helps me with pain. It might help you with sleep. It helps your wife with her pain. It might help someone else with reproduction, respiratory, things like that. But it's all because of this endocannabinoid system and our body being out of balance.
Muy bien. So, hace mucho tiempo esta medicina ya estaba, se usaba, el gobierno dijo que estaba ilegal. Gente de nosotros mexicanos, my grandmother, mi abuela, usa diferentes plantas porque le duele la cabeza y todo eso. So, es muy similar, no es marihuana. Es como una prima o primo de la marihuana. So, está ahorita en el mercado ya, es un sistema que te ayuda en diferentes partes de tu sistema, ya sea de tu estómago, ya sea de pensamiento, ya sea de si te duele una parte de tu cuerpo, respiración, si te duelen los huesos y todo eso. So, está ahorita trabajando muy bien para personas y vamos a seguir con la presentación.
So the problem is that we have this system that gets out of balance, out of homeostasis, and the solution to that problem is CBD oil. And CBD oil, the one thing that I love helping people to understand is why CBD, what it can do for you, but number one, why Zilis? What sets Zilis apart? Why is it the number one selling CBD oil in the country? And the first thing is that it's full spectrum. Full spectrum is the opposite of it being an isolate. An isolate means they drew CBD out of the hemp plant, stuck it in a bottle, and said, take this. And you get some benefits, but nothing like the benefits that you get from a full spectrum product. Right? And so full spectrum, it's a superior formula. It comes in both sublingual and topical, and it's so clean, so good for us, so great that it's even pet friendly.
Una de las diferentes, o de la solución o el producto que tenemos nosotros, piensa como en una papa. Esta solución tiene uno malo adentro de la papa, pero también la cáscara, o una manzana totalmente. So, está totalmente todo el producto. Hay otras compañías, otros productos que lo están sacando nomás el jugo de adentro. Esta compañía tiene totalmente todo el spectrum de 7. So, tienes proteína, tienes omegas, minerales, vitaminas.
Terpenes,
flavonoids. Okay. Flavonoids, okay.
Yes.
So, esta diferencia de nuestra compañía, de Zilis, es en líquido y también en crema. Mi esposa lo está tomando ahorita, usando ahorita en crema. También tenemos un salón de belleza, ella le duelen los huesos y se lo está poniendo ahorita 4 días ya y está mejorando. So, a ella no le gustó tomarlo, lo está usando en su mano.
Sublingual, and I heard that. I got that one. I'm going to move this down just a little bit. Just that, yeah. So we talked about full spectrum being important. One slide that's not here anymore that I used to love to talk about, that 2 things that are important is that where our hemp is grown, and I think it's very important that it's from good, clean soil. I think that's important. And also number 2 is how it was extracted from the plant. There's 2 ways, 2 main ways. You hear about it being extracted from the plant with chemicals and things. They burn it out of the plant and they draw it out of the plant. Well, hemp is very porous. And so those chemicals get into the plant, gets into the product, gets into our body. You can even smell it on some CBDs when you open the container. The more expensive way, and the way that Zilis draws the product out, is a heavy press, CO2 method. And so basically I think about it squeezing out of this plant, right? And so because of that, and because of the technology that Dr. De Silva and Stephen have behind this patented product, is that it is taking that CBD oil and making it into a water-soluble product. And the thing that I love the most is that they didn't just tell us that, they showed us that with this study. And the study was done in February of 2018 from a very reputable clinic. They took 20 people, they gave them 1 dose of CBD oil, and they tested their blood every hour, and it shot up to minimum of 80%, up to 94%. And the average for other CBD oils across the country that are being sold is like 6%. So it's crazy. And it's the reason why you will have someone that says, well, I already take CBD. Well, do me a favor. take this bottle, 7 days, take it. I'll check on you in 3 days. And I'm going to tell you that you're going to love it more because it's getting in your body quick. It's staying there for a longer period of time.
Perfecto.
Yes.
So, la diferencia de nuestro producto es de que es 94%, otros productos están a 6%. Nuestro producto está durando 80%, 12 horas. Hay otros productos que duran de 3 a 6 horas. Yo estuve en una fundación hace 2 semanas donde yo pregunté esa pregunta. ¿Tu producto dónde lo hacen? ¿Cómo lo sacan de la tierra? ¿Cuánto dura? Y la gente no tenía ideas, no tenía razón de dónde venía, diferencia que esa compañía. Sabemos que viene de aquí, de la tierra, está recolectada. Y nos dura, tenemos estudios en 2018, donde 20 personas lo tomaron y duró por 12 horas el producto en su cuerpo.
Thank you so much. And so one of my favorite things about this product is they didn't want to be just a CBD oil company. They wanted to be an endocannabinoid system company. They wanted to heal our body in many ways. And so they developed the boosters. And the great thing about the boosters is they don't contain CBD. Every now and then, it doesn't happen very often, you'll meet someone that for whatever reason, maybe work, an allergy, whatever, they can't take CBD. And I'm telling you what, they can use these boosters and get fantastic results. So number one about the boosters, they don't have CBD. Number two, they use all natural ingredients and they benefit us in different ways. So let's start with ice. Ice is full of turmeric. It has other natural anti-inflammatory ingredients that get into our system quick because they've used that same science, that same technology. And so I'm going to take my ice, I'm going to get it in my body, I'm going to feel it within about 15 minutes, and I'm going to feel great as far as my pain relief for a long period of time. Edge, when I first started using Edge, I used it for energy because it's full of B12. But the other great thing about Edge is there's great ingredients that help with our thinking, and it helps us to be sharp and to focus. And then Dream. Number one selling booster at the salon is Dream because Americans can't sleep. We can't sleep. And so Dream's got GABA, melatonin, and chamomile in it. But again, it's got that science behind it. I take 4 drops of Dream and get 6 to 7 hours. I mean, good sleep. And so I tell you about Dream is it only takes a little bit work up if you need more. Don't start high and go low. You'll be having some crazy dreams, crazy dreams. And then Burn is the newest booster, and Burn is for weight loss. I love the way that Burn helps me with those stupid cravings that you know better than. And my son uses Burn. He loves the way it reduces his appetite. But there are a couple of ingredients in Burn that just make you feel good. I like the way I feel with Burn. So these are our 4 boosters.
But they do not have CBD, correct?
Do not have CBD.
Okay, perfect. So los boosters que estamos ahorita viendo, por ejemplo, el Ultra Ice es para inflamación. Si tienes problemas con inflamación, el Ultra Edge es para que te dé más energía. El Dream, obvio que para si tienes problemas de dormir, para dormir. Me decía Kim que empieces de a poquito, no al revés, porque te pone a dormir pronto. Y el Ultra Burn que yo empiezo ya a tomarlo es para perder peso. So, su hijo lo está tomando, ya perdió 30 libras. Yo acabo de tomar empiezo ya con él hoy. La diferencia de este producto no tiene CBD. Está hecho de otras flores. Where did it come from, the boosters?
So you're talking about the ingredients in them?
Uh-huh.
So ice is full of turmeric and other natural anti-inflammatory ingredients.
Okay.
Edge, the number one ingredient is B12. But I highly recommend that you Google the ingredients that are in Edge. You will want to take a small dose of Edge every day for prevention of some things.
Okay. So, one of the things, una cosa que vamos a hacer en el futuro con la ayuda de los fundadores es de poner toda esta información. En las botellitas ahorita atrás tienen un scanner que le puedes tú poner y te dice todos los ingredientes en inglés. Estamos trabajando para traducir toda esta información en español, pero el Ultra Edge tiene B12, vitaminas B12.
Okay. So Dream, we talked about GABA,
okay.
Melatonin, and chamomile.
Okay.
Yes.
So, igual les digo, vamos a traducir todo esto en español para que tengan más información sobre el producto.
Okay. And so just highly recommend if you did not come in gold, upgrade would be the first thing I'd tell you. But open these bottles and get them in your body because the results are fantastic. Okay. Oh yeah, whatever reason. So one of my very favorite things about Stephen is his heart. We talked about that in the beginning in 2015 when Zilis started, it was with multivitamin packs for children and being sent all over the world. And then he started giving prenatals, millions of prenatals every single day to expectant mothers to help with healthy children at birth. But my favorite thing about what happened right about the time we came on board and what we're just watching just completely blow up is the Patriot program. Right. Okay. And so the Patriot program can do everything from we as ambassadors can buy a product at deep wholesale and get it into the hands of a veteran. But they also now they can go on and become either a preferred customer for free and get their product at wholesale, or they can even start joining this business. Right. Because for our veterans, CBD has been found to help with PTSD and depression and addiction to opiates and many of the things that they suffer from.
Okay, muy bien. So, esta compañía, otro gran cosa de la compañía es de que ayudan a las personas, lo pagan adelantado. So, Steven el día de ayer o antes daba vitaminas para los niños, daba vitaminas para las personas que estaban esperando para tener bebés y ahora trabaja con los ex militares y les ayuda para que agarren el producto a un descuento o se hagan miembros de este programa para que ellos también puedan usarlo y venderlo. Pero es algo que estamos orgullosos de que Steven ha hecho estos productos para ayudar a las personas y nosotros podemos también ayudar en otras formas, dando el producto a los veteranos. Pero yo pienso lo mejor fuera de que podemos traerlos también al negocio.
Yes, I'm so excited to see where the Patriot program goes from here. So that's very quickly going through the product. Right. We went through that really quick, but I will just say 4 things that are important. Full spectrum and where it is grown, where your hemp was taken from, how it's extracted from the hemp plant, and then most importantly, we want to have that science behind it that takes that CBD oil and makes it water soluble.
Okay. Muy bien, antes de empezar con la oportunidad, ahora vamos a hablar ahora de números de negocios. Recordemos que el producto está sale de aquí de Estados Unidos, está regulado. Los otros productos están salidos de otros países. No sabemos qué químicos, qué fertilizante le están poniendo a la tierra. Aquí está 100% puro. Cuando lo sacan ya de la tierra, cómo sacan el hoyo. Otras compañías lo están quemando y cuando ves el producto o lo hueles o lo pruebas, vas a ver gases diferentes que está presionado para sacar el jugo. Y totalmente toda la planta de todo el jugo, como les decía anterior, es como una papa, una manzana con ti y la cáscara y todo esto.
Yeah, thank you so much. Mm-hmm. So now we're going to jump in and talk just a little bit about the business opportunity because it just is amazing the lives that we're seeing change. So for me, my why, I think you have to have a why. Right. This is like anything. You got to put something in it to get something out, right? And for us, that's been time. And we said, we're going to commit to this. We're going to give this a year of our time at least. Well, it'll be longer than that now because we're having the time of our life. We've discovered something that Christopher and I can do together. Right. The money has far surpassed what we dreamed of. We wanted to buy land to move our salon to and build a new building. And we've done that. And we're just so excited that we're being able to take each step and move forward with that. So there are 7 different ways that you can be paid with Zilis. And we're going to go through just a few of those, okay?
Perfect.
And so number 1, the compensation plan, Stephen wanted it to be hefty. You know, he's been involved with comp plans, and so he made his very aggressive, and I love that. But the first thing is retail profits, and we'll dive into that.
Ok, perfect. So hablamos ya de negocios. Una de las, comentaba Kim, por qué ella se hizo parte de este programa. Su experiencia fue ella tenía dolor, se trajeron el producto, le gustó el producto, lo vendió en su salón y ahora lo empezó también a hacer su equipo. Yo empecé con la presentación y el negocio porque vi los números y dije yo, wait a minute, si le pongo 3-4 horas al día, si doy una presentación a la semana, tengo la oportunidad de ganar hasta $2,000 por semana, hasta $5,000 por semana. Y lo dije, no lo creo. So dijeron, conozca a Kim. So conozco a Kim, and I'm like, okay, ahora sí lo creo. Una de las cosas antes de empezar con todo el producto y la parte del negocio es de que no están solos. Ustedes se hacen parte del negocio, vamos a tener presentaciones, yo estaría ahí para ayudarlos con su equipo. Yo estoy en Arlington, también tengo un salón de belleza. Mi esposa y yo tenemos ya 12 años en el negocio. So vamos a ayudarles también a ustedes. Si el día de mañana se quieren ser parte del programa, los vamos a ayudar. So, lo primero es el producto. Lo compramos a un valor y podemos, ahorita vamos a hablar de los porcentajes, pero casi 200% de ganancia.
Yeah, and so the first one that we're going to dive in and talk about, the first way that you get paid is retail. And of course, being salon owners, well, we're lucky. We see a lot of people every day. But like I told when we very first started this presentation tonight, it's not necessarily someone you know.
Right.
I mean, you're 4 generations down from me, and we happen to both be salon owners, but you may know someone that knows someone. And so when you look at this retail, the thing that's so important about it is that when you come into this company as an ambassador, you get to order product. You can order 1 bottle or you can order it by the case. And when you buy it into that deep tiered wholesale pricing, you can make up to 200% profit. That's huge. I know I said to you earlier, we don't make that kind of money on shampoo, do we?
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Go ahead.
So, como les estaba diciendo, me aceleré poquito. El producto tiene hasta 200% de profitabilidad. Yo lo empecé a venderlo ya en el salón de belleza. Y ha sido increíble. Como decía Kim, yo vendo shampoo a 20% de profit y eso es bueno, pero ya 200% es increíble. So, otra cosa del producto, si vas a vender el producto, es una forma, pero ahorita vamos a hablar ya de las siguientes maneras de hacer dinero.
Absolutely. Some of the different retail places just to get your brain thinking about people you possibly could approach. Of course, salons, chiropractors, doctors that you have here tonight. We got him by the way. And pharmacies, massage therapists. And so the profit is great on 1 bottle. It's even better in bulk, of course.
Right. So lugares, salones de belleza, doctores. Yo tengo ahorita una asociación de doctores ahorita que están aquí. So doctores, farmacias, tiendas. Hay diferentes formas de vender el producto, pero ustedes conocen a alguien y a alguien que les va a hacer un equipo, van a ver.
Yes, good deal. All right, so the second way that you can get paid with Zilis is the power of the binary. And so I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. I know you love this slide. I wish I knew Spanish. I'll tell you a funny story about my Spanish teacher when I was in high school and what she told me. But anyway, binary is people. It's who we sign up. And Zilis makes it so simple. We just have a left and a right team. And so our job is to sign up 4 people. If you can simplify it that much and say, right now, today, all I'm going to worry about is signing up 4 people and get them to sign up 4 people. Now you're on your way. You're earning a Jeep. You're unlocking all kinds of other infinity type payment. But when you work your binary plan, you can make up to $130 on every single enrollment that you enroll, right? And you can make up to 20% on what your team is doing. And so we just had our first experience. We traveled last week. We were gone for 6 days. And to get on your phone and look, which I promised I would only do once a day, and look at it and see that you're making, now I understand what mailbox money is.
Right.
Other people, you're making money off of other people. And all my life, 40 years, only making money standing behind the chair doing a haircut. So this is huge.
So, este slide, si lo están viendo, yo por eso estoy aquí con este slide. Como les había comentado, alguien me dijo que podías ganar $2,500, $5,000. Dije, no lo creo, pues ahora lo creo. Está Kim, ella está casi en 10,000 ya, muy fácil. Un equipo de la izquierda y la derecha, tú vas a firmar 4 personas. De cada persona que tú firmas, te vamos a dar $130 de comisión. Y luego 20% de lo que esa gente está haciendo. So, como les digo a ustedes, yo me firmé por esto. En mi trabajo, si hago todo mi trabajo bien, al año me van a dar un bonus a lo mejor de 10%. No se equivale a los $2,500 por semana. Por semana es este dinero. No es por año, ¿verdad? O ni por mes, ¿verdad? Otra cosa, yo como hispano me gusta el tequila. Yo me gasto ahorita los $500 por mes en puro tequila o cerveza. So, ahorita vamos a hablar de los costos de los paquetes que tenemos.
Did you say tequila?
Yeah, I was going to tell them. It's like, I spent $500 in tequila a month, so we're going to talk about the packages later on.
I knew that word.
Yes.
Texas girl knew tequila.
That's it.
And you probably were talking about the numbers across the screen. These are real numbers. Christopher and I are at national level and working hard to get to presidential. And it still just absolutely blows our mind. And it's so exciting that people that we know that we're mentoring ourselves after are teaching us and guiding us in this experience and getting to experience those numbers. So this is back to product. So
Right.
residual income is based on product. And what I love about this is probably the piece that's growing the fastest for us, is you are going to make a commission off of every single product sold from yourself and your downline, right?
Okay.
And so who I sign up and who they sign up, that's the generation. So first, second, third generation, you're making 5%. So we have 750 people on our team now. If everybody only buys one product, okay, and they all of a sudden there's squigglies on there. Everybody buys one product in their, say, in their monthly product that's sent to them. Sorry, it just went dead on that. But when they get that, we're making a percentage off of that.
Right.
But people, of course, are buying much, much more than that,
Right.
and you're making commission. When you reach area level with your ranking, it unlocks it through infinity. So you're no longer just making commission off of your first 6 generations, you're making it all the way down. And this part of your check is paid monthly.
Okay. Esta es la página más importante, porque ponte a pensar que tienes generaciones que tú vas a ganar royalty, 5% de cada generación para abajo. So, tú no tienes que comprar ese producto. Cada producto aquí que van a comprar las personas, vas a ganar de $1 a $1.25 por botella que ellos están comprando. Otra vez importante, tú hiciste una inversión para entrar como embajador del equipo, esas personas están comprando su producto, no tiene que pasar por tus manos, tú tienes que comprar el producto, ellos están haciendo el trabajo, están comprando y tú estás recibiendo el 5% por generaciones. Ella está como en 20 generaciones, estaba diciendo que tiene 700 personas, so ahí son $700 ya que está recibiendo ella por 6 cada mes en su residuo que está ganando ahorita.
Right. And so we've covered that you're going to get paid every time you sell a product. That's retail.
Right.
You're going to get paid on people. Binary, you get that weekly. So you
That's
get a check weekly. So you're getting 52 checks a week there, or 52 checks a year there.
Right.
And now you're going to get paid on your residual income, and you're going to get that monthly. That's 12. And then when we talk about the benefits here in a second, you'll see where you get another one quarterly.
Right.
That's a bunch of checks.
Jesus. So, Jesús, aquí mismo, te van a pagar por semana, te van a pagar por mes, te van a pagar cada pedioro, y ahorita vamos a hablar de beneficios extra todavía. Y tan siquiera llegamos a la inversión, que es mínimo la inversión. Ahorita vamos a hablar de eso.
Absolutely. So Stephen, like we talked about, he's been an ambassador, and he's seen where the ambassadors weren't actually receiving the benefits, maybe that the office was.
Sure.
And he wanted that different for us. And so the first one that you get when you sign up for people, you get what's called the blessing bonus. When you first come in, it starts at $100, but it goes up to $500. And this is fun. The only thing that Stephen and Angie ask is that we give it back.
Okay,
right?
Perfecto. Beneficios del programa. Cuando tú primero entras al programa, ya firmas con 4 personas. El primer escalón, te vamos a dar $100 para que tú lo regales. Lo vas a regalar a tu iglesia, lo vas a regalar a gente que lo necesita. A lo mejor estás en el gasolina, le vas a pagar a alguien el gas. Lo único que piden es de que tú tomes foto y tomes un video de que tú estás haciendo el regalo, ayudando a personas.
Absolutely. And so when those 4 sign up for it, you now are qualified for the Jeep. And so Christopher and I qualified for the Jeep on day 28. It took us a minute to decide that this is real, and purchased our Jeep. All that Stephen asked, we got a few colors that it's got to be, things fun like that, but it sure is fun riding in a Jeep that someone else pays for, right?
So, tus siguientes 4 calificas para un Jeep. Tienes la opción de agarrar el dinero o tienes la opción de que ellos te paguen tu bill de tu Jeep. Ellos calificaron al día 28, esperaron hasta 4 meses, hasta que llegaron hasta agarrar el Jeep. $1,200 por mes que te puede pagar tu Jeep. Es una buena forma de hacer advertisement, de hacer anuncios con el Jeep. Pasa el Jeep y dicen, wow, que es Zilis. Ya puedes hablar del producto.
Yeah, when you're driving that Jeep, and people will stop you and ask
Right.
you, what's Zilis? And we'll be glad to tell them. So when those 4 sign up for it, you're now eligible for the healthcare. Healthcare has gotten, as all of us know, extremely expensive. If you're self-employed, it's just almost impossible It's sad how many people don't have health care because of the expense. Stephen wanted to change that. And so when you, those 4 sign up for, you become eligible for the health care. He pays up to $1,500 per month for your health care. And so this has been a huge piece that you get monthly as well when you reach that level.
So, los siguientes 4 que ahora están parte de tu equipo y ahora te van a dar otro beneficio que te van a pagar hasta $1,500 por tu aseguranza. Todos sabemos que la aseguranza está carísima. So, imagínate recibir este beneficio de que te paga hasta $1,500 de tu aseguranza. Nomás tienes que dar 2 pruebas. La prueba que tienes la aseguranza y luego también el bill que te está cayendo cada mes, cada semana que te sacan de tu cheque o tú lo pagas normal. So.
Yes. And so when those 4 sign up for, we talked about product a minute ago. This is
Right.
back to product. Zilis is taking all of the products sold, taking 2% of that. When we talk about these numbers here in a minute, $1 trillion by 2030, right? And they're going to take 2% of that and they're going to stick it right here in this little global pool. And you and I, buddy,
Right.
are going to be a part of that. So regionals, nationals, and above get a percentage of that pool.
Wow. Okay. So los siguientes 4 se firman. Globalmente van a agarrar 2% cada pedioro y todo ese dinero se va a hacer parte de si eres de regional, ¿no?
Mm-hmm.
De regional para arriba y van a darte un cheque ahí cada pedioro de 2% de todo el producto que se vendió y otro beneficio para ti.
Yes. And so the final bonus that benefit that Stephen designed for us is the motor coach. So 2 things, got to be diesel and 34 feet long. And I'm going to have a driver because
Right.
that'd be scary. But you can take half in cash, I'm sure, if you don't want to be driving around. Brian jokes with us that he's wanting to turn that into a toy allowance and have a jet. That sounds pretty good too, right?
It does. So, otros 4 más se firman. Entonces ahora un RV. Hasta $3,000 o la mitad si no quieres un RV. Dice ella que va a tener un manejador que la maneje por ahí. Es otra parte de beneficio de que tú puedes manejarlo y la gente puede ser como, pedirte el producto y todo eso. So,
be fun to come to the game
be
right
really
here
fun.
at your office
Yeah,
out
really
here
fun.
in a big old motor coach, that's for sure. So we talked about duplication and what that looks like, and we said when you sign up 4 people that sign up for, that's already about where Christopher and I are at in 8 months, and when those sign up for, that's where Brian is in 9
Right.
months. He's already got over right at 5,000 people, I believe, on the team. So this is just a great visual of the power of that duplication.
Right. So el poder de la duplicación, de que tú firmas los 4, esos 4 firman 4 y 4, igual, tú firmas 4 personas, a lo mejor esos 4, 2 de ellas a lo mejor no te van a ayudar, firmas otras 4 más y el poder de la duplicación, el poder de la gente que va a ser grandiosa oportunidad.
Great. So we talked about the future of this hemp industry, of this product, where it's going, and I know that you get very excited when you see this as business people. I look at these numbers, and they're in the salon industry. There's a great event called Top 200, and to even get your foot in the door, you have to have grown a certain percentage, and to get your foot in the huge growth in the salon industry is 16%, and so I just look at that and I think how hard I have to work every year to achieve that.
Right.
And Zilis is already growing 200% every single month. They're far blowing that away. It's just unheard of as business people. But in the industry, and these are not Zilis numbers, these are from the publications that you see here like Fortune and Time and Newsweek and New York Times, 700% growth by 2020. That's less than 6 months away. And then you look at by 2022, that will be a $22 billion industry. But the one that I can't even wrap my head around is $1 trillion industry in less than, in 10 years. And that right there is bigger than tobacco and corn combined. It's just huge. Go ahead.
So I'm going to say it backwards.
Yes.
So, okay. Ahorita estamos casi a $5 billones que se está vendiendo ya del producto de CBD. Estos números no son fabricados por nosotros. Hay compañías como Forbes o Times, Rolling Stone, que saca estos números, pero lo que va a crecer, 700% para 2020. 22 billones de dólares para 2022, 1 trillón para 2030. La mejor manera de explicar esto es lo que pasó con el alcohol. Cuando Estados Unidos empezó con el alcohol, quitaron el alcohol, la gente que se venió a vender alcohol, pues ahora son millonarios, billonarios. Esto es lo mismo. El futuro de CBD va a ser de trillones de dólares. La pregunta es, ¿tú quieres estar parado viendo que pasa estos dólares por enfrente de ti o quieres ser parte de esta revolución de gran oportunidad que tenemos?
Absolutely. And so then we're going to look at this graph. And I talked to Danielle. Danielle is, have you met Danielle?
No, not yet.
So Danielle is our double diamond above. I met her, oh gosh, I think the day before I signed up. You know, she is from the spa industry, originally been in multi-level marketing, but she survived through this formulation, and it would come out and then it would get pulled off the shelves and just craziness. And I'm so glad that we didn't have to do that. But to be in it when we are and to be a part of this before the momentum truly has even exploded.
Right.
We're looking at these numbers of what's going to happen. And so now is the time. This slide right here, what I want to tell people from this slide is now is the time. Don't waste any more time. It's time to jump on. Train's gone.
Lo importante de este slide o esta foto es el tiempo. Ahorita es el tiempo de hacerlo. Yo vivo en Arlington, es su casa. Hay ya 2 o 3 tiendas que están ahorita ya fincando para vender CBD. El producto se va a vender. Y como te decía ahorita, o vas a verlo pasar o vas a ser parte de esto. Muy pronto te vamos a enseñar los diferentes paquetes.
Yes, absolutely. So how do you do this? The coolest thing about this product is that we don't have to sell it. We just take it, love it, get results, and then you can't help but talk about it.
Right.
In that first week, I could not shut my mouth. And if I don't sell a bottle to a client, it's because I didn't open my mouth and talk about it. That's all I have to do. I don't have to sell it. I have to share my story. I take the product, I share, I ask them, what do you have about your health that you would like to see improved?
Right.
Would you be willing to give me $30 and take this bottle and try it? And I'll check back with you in 3 days and let's see where you're at. And that's where this thing just explodes from.
Right. So otra vez para recordarles, no es necesario vender el producto. Igual, agarra el producto, tómate los 7 días, $30 por la botellita para que lo tomes, ya tengas dolor de espaldas o dolor en los músculos. Mi esposa, como les recomendaba, ella tenía dolores en la mano porque es una estilista y lo está haciendo ya con la crema ahorita. Igual, véndelo y gana 200% de profit en el producto o nomás ser parte de esto y hacer tu equipo para.
Absolutely. Okay. So how do you do this? There's 3 different ways, but no matter what level you come in, you get to experience your personal website. Like I love what you said earlier, that
Sure.
For the price of even just the gold pack, you would just be paying for your website. It comes with it. Right. And you get I love numbers. I love studying numbers
Sure.
and seeing how things are going, and all those come on your cloud. You get training and support, and then you get that deep wholesale pricing that we talked about.
So con tu inversión hasta el mínimo de $200, ahorita voy a enseñar los paquetes. Vas a agarrar tu membresía, vas a agarrar tu website, vas a tener a Kim, a nosotros para seguir entrenándote, para ayudarte, y vas a poder comprar el producto a un precio de compañía para tú poder venderlo de 200% de profit que puedes agarrar. Pero ahorita cuando can you go to the next one so I can show them the pricing and what I was talking about.
Yes.
Okay, so mira, yo tengo un salón de belleza en su casa. La pura website me costó $3,000. Yo me firmé como el Gold y me costó $1,299. Yo conozco gente como yo que gasto $500 en tequila y cerveza por mes. Miren, son $600 y vas a agarrar 15% y tienes producto para vender. O empieza con el bronze de $200 y agarras 10% de binary. Y igual, no tienes que vender el producto, hacer tu equipo, pero la inversión es mínima. Viene con tu website, viene con todo tu equipo y para respaldarte y obvio para crecer. So I'm sorry that
you see what gets him excited there, and so
backwards, so please.
I caught some of it, so I think I know where you are. You started with gold, and you said that for gold, which is how do you, there's nowhere that you can start a business for $12.99.
No.
And so for $12.99, you get enough product that when you retail that, you make $2,300. But importantly, too, as you start building your team, you're making 20%. The thing I love about the Gold Package is not only now do you get 5 large sublinguals and you still get your topical, but you get the boosters. And I'm telling you, as someone that needed it for the pain, but also was looking for additional income, you want to experience the boosters. But you also get 24 of those 7-day challenge. We're fixing to see it right now. We had a doctor here that wasn't real sure about this. Boy, we both felt it when we started this presentation. You could feel him kind of loosening up, and you think you can read people, and you can't. And we just, his wife, I guess, rubbed him down on his back with the topical, and I can't wait to go back out and see how he's feeling, because I know he's going to have results. Silver is $5.99. You can do business with it as well. You make 15% off your binary, and you get 12 of the 7-day challenges to share, but you only get 1 large sublingual and 1 large topical. And with the bronze, I call it entry level. You're getting a check next week or something like that, because you're not going to be able to operate the business. It's a great way to come in and kind of save your spot, hold your spot, build value for that spot. But you're just going to have enough product for yourself. You're going to be talking about it, but you're not going to have it. I got this great product for you to try, but I don't have any. And so the awesome thing that Zilis does is if you come in at silver at any time, you can very quickly upgrade to gold, pay the difference, and get the difference in product. So I would say that.
Una cosa que no les dije es que si empieza con el silver a $5.99 y ya empieza con tu equipo a 15%, el día de mañana puedes irte ya al gold a $1,299 y vas a pagar nomás la diferencia.
Okay. All right. So no matter how you come into this company, let's just kind of sum it up a little bit. We talked about the product, an amazing product, the #1 selling CBD oil in the country. If I'm going to dive in and represent something, we both want to be a part of something that's the best. I don't want to be having to explain why it's not. And it's so great to be representing the best. And it's the best because it's full spectrum, and it's best because of the technology behind it and how fast it gets in our system. And they don't want to be just a CBD company. They want to be a full endocannabinoid system company, and they have the products that support that as well. And then as far as the business, different levels, different ways to get involved. Do you want to just retail and make huge profit off of that? Fantastic. This is definitely set up for that. But if you're like us and you want to be leaders and you want to start your team, this is a fantastic company and a comp plan that's been put together magically for us. And as it grows, we're making mailbox money, and we're part of something that's just exploding. And so if you were invited here tonight, we highly recommend that you very quickly reach back out to the person who invited you here. If you're looking to know more about this, if you have a upline, be sure and reach out to them, and they can answer your questions. If not, you can reach either one of us on, well, you're going to be adding yourself to Facebook. You can reach me on Facebook and ask questions as well. So we're so happy that you joined us here tonight. So excited to do this with you. Absolutely. I think it's so needed. So excited that we had some people on that got to experience hearing this in both English and in Spanish. So thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you. Muchas gracias por la oportunidad de traer esta gran oportunidad para ustedes. Me siento muy orgulloso y responsabilidad de también a nuestra comunidad traer esta oportunidad. Igual, el producto es bueno, la oportunidad es increíble, que pueden ayudarse, ganar extra dinero, ayudar a las personas alrededor de ustedes. El día de mañana tienen preguntas con Kim o con la persona que los invitó a esta presentación. Vamos a tener mucha más información el día de mañana y queremos que sean parte de esta gran compañía.
Thank you so much for being here with us, and we'll see you soon.
Gracias.
I see him.